Does technology help workers or does it make their lives more difficult? I would say that technology can only help workers if they have a good command of using it. Otherwise, it can get in the way of how they work. That is because the more modern technology is, the more difficult it can become, and it requires you a lot of knowledge and ability. If you don't know how to operate the machines properly, it can become a hurdle and it can make the work even harder. Do you think everyone needs to know how to use a computer? Definitely yes, because computer is the distinguished invention of the mankind, and it has become omnipresent and become the basic device that we need to learn how to use to become modern citizens and to connect with people all over the world and to keep up to date with things that is happening in the world. And it is really difficult for ones who know little about computer to get on well with the technological era where as technology is undergoing the cutting edge development. Kinds of electrical appliances that are most used in the home besides the telephone and computer. There are many appliances that are used in homes such as the fans, the lights, the cooks, etc. However, the most popular device that we cannot leave out is television. Television was seen as a must-have item that every family must have at least once in their house, and it has proved its importance throughout the historical stages. And until when the telephone and the computer didn't even exist, and until now, it's still indispensable device, as regardless of the appearance of a lot of modern technologies and devices. What are some examples of electronic or electrical equipment that are commonly used for communication? It is smartphone, obviously. I've never seen anyone who doesn't use it, especially in our technological era. We can use smartphones for a lot of purpose, and it really comes in handy when it comes to communication because we can send the text and voice message. We can keep in touch with people and connect with other people in the far distance. Smartphones did have our communication faster and easier. Why do you think people spend so much money buying the latest devices? There are several reasons that instantly comes to my mind. Firstly, because they just don't want to be considered as an obsolete person. Secondly, they want to show off their rich or their status, or just simply because of their personal preference. But I think that no matter the reason is, buying the latest devices is not a bad thing if it is your favorite and you have enough money to afford it. I think technology will replace teachers on one day. I don't think it will happen, even though technology does have teacher in teaching, such as making lessons more fascinating or reducing the workload burden for the teacher. It still doesn't have enough quality and feature as to be as real teachers. It doesn't have the emotion, the understanding of the students and the interacting with students like a real teacher should have. In the future, people's work will be heavily affected by technology. Do you agree or disagree with this? I totally agree with this point of view, and I do believe that in the future, technology will have more serious effects on every respect of our work, more than it does in the present, especially in manufacture and education. In terms of manufacture, a lot of workers will be replaced by the cutting edge of machine, and as a result, a lot of people will lose their job and the unemployment rate will increase. In relation to education, computer will become the indispensable part of teaching and studying procedure. And I think that teacher and students will become more dependent on modern technology. Do you think schools should use more technology to help children learn? I think that it would be great if schools can adopt technology in teaching students, such as computers or projector, and I think that those devices can have children to be more interested in the lesson, and it can boost the efficiency and the productivity of a lesson, and enhance the academic outcome of the students as a result.